resources and is in a sense very limited, we cannot have unlimited growth, right? On the right side is a graph which is new economical model which has been developed by Kate Raworth. It's called the donut economics. And it has on the outside an ecological ceiling which we are not supposed to breach as humanity. The green area is the safe space for humanity where we can operate, do our business and have, and live our life. Coming from this, we've conceptualized this experience economy boundary. So every business should look at where their experience economy boundary stands right now and does it really breach the ecological ceiling. We must strive to bring this boundary lower and so that we are within the limits of our impacts on the environment.
So this is a tool that is commonly available in the designer's toolkit, right? We use the service blueprint. Typically, a service blueprint has the customer journey. There are the business actions, and there are these lines: line of interaction, the line of visibility. But what is completely missing out is any consideration of Earth. What we are talking about is we should get this into our considerations as designers, and we should also measure it, and that's what we'll brief about after this. So if you look at typical blueprint with the line of interaction and the line of visibility, what we have brought in is the line of cognizance. And the line of cognizance has been intentionally coined. The point is that in an active awareness, we should have Earth while we take each of the design decisions that we are taking. So if you look at the entire service blueprint, at each of the step of the customer journey, can we map it to Earth and can we see what is the impact that it is having on it?
This is an example of a food delivery service. In a general sense, we would start when the customer logs in, they order their food, and throughout the journey we go till the end when the customer receives the food, and that's the end of the service for us. But when we bring into perspective the Earth, we see that there is a lot which is happening behind the scenes before the customer orders, which is where is the food being grown, how is the food being grown, how far is it traveling to the restaurant, and at the end also looking at the garbage disposal of the food packaging, the plastic containers, how do we hand it over to the waste segregators, what happens to it, etc. So this is on the right side a filled out blueprint of the same journey. We've kind of blown up a little bit of it. So we want to take for each step of the customer, we want to talk about the environmental evidence and also the earth cost. The environmental evidence is basically represented here in images on what is happening behind the scenes, and we want to quantify the earth cost in terms of carbon emissions. So what this does is we are able to get a perspective on how much impact in carbon emissions does each journey step have. And also want to talk about, do we order a vegan meal, do we order a meat-based meal, and how does this impact change for each of these decisions that our customers are making. So coming from this to the next steps of the solutioning or the opportunity areas, right? There are all of these questions on how we can encourage restaurants and also the customers to be made more aware of the decisions that on the impact of their decisions. Can we encourage them to make better decisions and also help them in this journey? So it's up to us as designers to find creative ways to solve this problem and make sure that we are all aware of the impacts of our actions.
Now just taking that community statement slightly ahead, right? We went ahead and we were visualizing an example of a food delivery app. You can see some nudges over here. People call these green nudges or interventions, like low carbon, locally sourced in addition to the usual nudges we have. And there could be an option of a default nudge for a delivery tool if the customer is into it. So while this is at the part of the customer journey, what the blueprint, the conscious blueprint helps with is mapping this out with the business operations as well as how do you have all your partners in a sustainable manner involved. In fact, it's the customer, the business partners, everyone coming together that can create a sustainable outcome.
So in conclusion, let's bring into awareness the earth and the impact of our services on the earth. So once we use this framework and build earth into the core design thinking process, bring it into the regular way of working, only then we will say that we have a sustainable solution and try to bring above the line of cognizance all that is right now below the line of cognizance. Thank you.